Chapter 29 Eva's POV. King Luther, or my grandfather, remained in each other's arms until we both calmed down. He was holding me so tightly, like he doesn't believe that I was really there. And to tell you the truth, it too took me time to grasp the idea that I actually have a family member out there that cared about me and loved me like how family members should. After quite some time, I pulled back a bit to look into my grandfather's red, puffy eyes. "You should go rest for a while. You look so tired, Grandpa." I struggled to call him Grandpa since I wasn't really used to it. It felt weird. A smile spread across his face. "Call me Pa, like you used to when you were still a kid," he told me softly with pleading eyes. Pa. I stuttered again as I tried calling him something that I never once thought that I would ever do. His smile turned into a wide grin, and he pulled me back into a warm, tight, fatherly hug. "I'll make it up to you, I promise. All that you've been through, I'll make you forget it all. I'll make you the happiest granddaughter to ever be born," he said with sheer determination. My heart leaped inside my chest with happiness. I know that Logan already had the same similar promises, but coming from a family member had a different effect on my heart. "Then I guess you should start by taking some serious actions toward Drake," Sam, Logan's father, said, pulling our attention toward him. "I've always had problems with that brat. It would be my ultimate pleasure to finally show him who the boss is," my grandfather, or Pa, said. His words laced with anger. I felt two strong arms pull me up from my position and place me back right next to Logan on the couch. Logan kept his arms around my waist even when I was already fully seated. "We have evidence about Eva's, buying and selling transaction," Logan intertwined, as his own anger was dripping from his lips. He was struggling as he said those words, and I know that he didn't want me to hear. I was in the room filled with very pissed-off alphas, but I wasn't scared. On the contrary, actually, I was happy that I finally found my place amongst them. "The what?" Pa asked in shock. His eyes then were clouded with rage once more. "Can I take a look, please?" Sam nodded as he reached for his top desk drawer, opened it, and pulled out a file, handing it to Pa. Pa opened the file and started reading the contents carefully. I could see his hands clenching the papers in his hands, but then took a deep breath to calm himself down. "Great. Now I'll have all evidence so the werewolf committee won't take offense when I wipe his pack out," Pa said as he stood from his place. "Give me 2 days and I'll be back, hopefully." "Try not to miss the ceremony," Logan said. "The ceremony?" Sam asked in confusion. Logan grinned at his father and nodded. "Eva has agreed to take on the Luna position," he said, puffing his chest with pride. I felt my face break into a small smile. Sam shot out of his seat suddenly as a huge grin, mirroring that of his son, filled his face. "That's the best thing that I've heard in a while now," he yelled excitedly. "Claire! Claire!" he called as loud as he could. In a matter of seconds, Claire rushed through the door with worry-filled eyes. "What's wrong?" she asked as she looked all of us up and down, checking for any injuries. "Start preparing for the ceremony and pack your bag. We'll be going to Hawaii soon," Sam told her, excitement rolling off of him in waves. Claire's eyes widened and snapped towards us. "Is it true? You guys are ready to take over?" she asked, half in shock and half in joy. Logan and I looked at each other before averting our gazes towards her and nodding our heads with goofy smiles on our faces. Claire let out a loud squeal and jumped towards the door. "We have to start preparing and make it the best. I have a lot of things to do. Oh my God, I have to hurry. Chloe! Alexis! Code Red! We could hear her yelling all through the house and was soon followed by 2 even louder squeals. Logan chuckled at his mother's excitement while I giggled, and Sam grinned. Congratulations, son. I bet you'd make an amazing alpha. Pa smiled at Logan as he patted his back. Logan grinned back. Thank you, Alpha Luther. You should start calling me Pa too, son, Pa said suggestively. Logan looked taken aback for a second before grinning again and nodding. Pa averted his gaze towards me and then opened his arms widely, signaling for me to come receive a warm congratulatory hug from him. A smile adorned his face, and I found myself smiling too as I jumped into his arms once again. I was the happiest person alive to finally have someone I could call family, and I wouldn't change it for the world. Congratulations, Cupcake. I'm so proud of you, he told me softly. Thank you, I replied shyly. We pulled back and I looked at Logan with an foolish grin on my face. I just couldn't control how happy I was. Logan, too, seemed to be happy for me as his own toothy grin was displayed on his face. I'll be taking my leave now and be back on the day of the ceremony, which will be... Pa dragged the sentence as he waited for an answer. Friday, 2 days from now, Sam replied excitedly. Okay. I'll hopefully be back by then. Pa nodded and started making his way to the door, clutching the file in his hand. Pa left the office with Sam following, leaving Logan and I in the office. A pair of strong, toned arms wrapped around my waist from behind. Logan pressed my back tightly to his chest as he buried his face in my neck. Are you happy, Eva? He murmured into my neck. I nodded eagerly. Everything with Drake will finally be over. I found my grandfather, and I have an amazing mate. What more could I ask for? I felt Logan smile against my skin, and then he placed a lingering kiss in the crook of my neck that made shivers run down my spine, and sparks to erupt in my neck and up to my brain. Let's go get some breakfast, he said as his lips left my neck. I nodded again, not trusting my voice. Logan took my hand in his and led us out of the office. I let the water run down my body, washing the flavorless white powder down the drain. When Logan and I stepped into the kitchen, the twins thought it would be fun to throw flour directly in our faces as a congratulatory surprise. Logan and I were as white as snow, and due to the gasp that I let out, some of the flour entered my mouth and throat, and let me tell you, it wasn't a pleasant feeling at all. Logan has allowed me to go wash myself off first, and to that, I was grateful. I made sure that all the flour escaped my hair and body before stepping out of the shower and started drying my body with a towel. I put on my clothes and ran a comb through my hair, untangling it. As I stood in front of the mirror and couldn't help but stare at my reflection. My eyes that finally came back to life once again. My rosy cheeks that weren't sucked in. My now shiny hair. My semi-tanned skin that's no longer sickly pale. And my now fuller body. I took in a deep, satisfied breath and smiled at my reflection. Logan's question rang in my head. Are you happy, Eva? Yes, I'm happy. I'm the happiest that I've ever been since I was little. After finishing everything I need to do in my room, I started making my way downstairs. I was about to enter the kitchen when I heard Jake's voice. The pack members are on edge, Logan, he said with a sigh. There was no answer for a couple of seconds before Logan replied. Why are they on edge? He asked, confusion lacing his voice. They're not familiar with Eva's scent. They don't know who it belongs to, and it's keeping them on their toes, even Wesley's. They think we have rogues. Jake's sentence was cut short by Logan's growl at the word rogue. "The ceremony will be held on Friday, and everything will be cleared up. Tell them not to worry," said Logan sternly. I heard Jake sigh. "I know that it will be, Logan, but if you just mark Eva at least, your scent will be mixed with hers, and—" Jake's sentence was cut short once again by Logan. "No, I won't do that." "Why won't you? She's your mate, and by doing so, the pack members will be more at ease," Jake cried back, but it seemed to have fueled Logan's anger more. What is wrong with Logan? Why is he so against marking me? The self-confidence that I have built was starting to crumble down, but Logan's next words sent me running back the way I came from. "I don't want to mark her," he growled out. I didn't wait for him to finish the sentence. I didn't want to hear it, so I turned on my heel and started running away from the kitchen when I bumped into Blake. "Eva, you okay?" he asked with concern. I didn't look up, nor did I answer him. I moved past him and went on my way as fast as I could, afraid that Logan would see me crying. I didn't want to face him. Blake called my name, but I ignored it and climbed the stairs like it was on fire.